Thor Ragnarok is the third Thor movie, and definitely the best one.
Hela, the goddess of death, has invaded Asgard.
Oh, I've missed this.
And you and I had a fight recently.
Did I win?
No, I won, easily.
Doesn't sound right.
Well, it's true.
So it once again stars Chris Hemsworth as Thor and Tom Hiddleston as Loki. And, the beginning of the film, Chris, after going on that quest for the Infinity Gems, after doing in that magic pool, which was so weird in that Ultron scene, he's finding stuff, and he's imprisoned on this, hellscape world by this demon, and, it leads to things going on that he finds out Ragnarok is coming to Asgard, and he has to try to prevent it. So when he goes back to Asgard and finds his father acting very odd, because if he didn't watch the Thor: The Dark World, Loki is impersonating the king, Odin, and when Thor sees that, he very quickly knows that something is up. And he takes him to Earth where Odin is hidden. And, things happen. And then you see the Cate Blanchett, the goddess of death, Hela, appears. And she is their older sister. And she is a badass that is going to take over Asgard and kill anyone in her way. And in doing so, she destroys Thor's hammer, as you see in all the trailers. And, I love that the things that happen with the Thor's hammer being destroyed. I mean, it is so iconic, and you hope that maybe he'll get some sort of hammer in the next Avengers movie or something. But, it's always, what they do with it is really cool what happens with it. Because it's kind of stripping him down of his powers. Not like the first movie, it still has powers. But, he has to, he was kind of using the hammer as a crutch, and he has to find his own power. And there's so much great stuff with it. And really, the movie is so funny. It's definitely the funniest Marvel movie. But it's still a lot of action, a lot of really good action. But that's the one thing, if some people, if you're not not expecting that comedy, it is the Taika Waititi is the director. And, I really liked his other films, especially What We Do in the Shadows, or a vampire mockumentary. And the Hunt for Wilder People were really good, and there's some other good ones too. And he is that kind of New Zealand humor is in this movie a lot. The Australian humor, British, it's a different style of humor that I love. But I don't know if it will turn anyone off or not. I think I saw it in IMAX, and everyone was laughing in every scene. And that's the only thing I would say that the critique I have of it is that there are some scenes that could have been played more for the drama, but it then played for the comedy. And I laughed a lot, but I don't know if it maybe is too much, it should have been drawn back a little bit and let the emotion happen instead of doing a joke. And another thing is that if you are a big fan of their previous Thor movies, you may not like some of the things in this one. And that's because, obviously, the other Thor movies aren't that good. And they have, this side cast of characters, which are, from the original comics, and they're all kind of goofy, his friends or whatever. And in this one, all the characters from the previous Thor movies are, except for, Loki and Thor, and Heimdall, because pretty much all the characters in the previous Thor films are either mentioned in one line, never show up at all, or unceremoniously killed off in a couple of seconds. And, I didn't mind because those characters kind of sucked, but at the same time, it's a little odd. I think the best part of the film is definitely when Thor ends up on this, garbage world, and he has, captured by Tessa Thompson as a Valkyrie. And she's really, her character is really cool, and the cool stuff happens with her. But when he's thrown into this gladiatorial ring, and of course in the trailer he faces the Hulk, and it's awesome. But even cooler is the Hulk he's evolved because he's been spending a lot of time as Hulk and not as Bruce Banner, so he's smarter now. And there's a lot of funny stuff with him. You also have some great side characters in the Gladiators, including Taika Waititi as one of those rock monster things, Korg. And he's one of the funniest parts of the movie is him. It's really great. And there's just so many cool scenes that I absolutely loved. Like, I mean, this is a Marvel movie, you know. They kind of churn out that machine, and, you know, I don't know if they can make a bad movie, honestly. And then before, though, all the worst movies were the Thor movies. And this is now one of the best. I mean, it's definitely my top 10. I'm not sure if they'd be in my top 5 Marvel movies. I have to watch it again and see how it holds up. That's one thing, because there's so many jokes, I don't know if the film will hold up as well or not. But, you know, I absolutely loved it. Like, you know, I saw it in IMAX, and it was amazing. Like, there's a lot of really superhero action-y scenes, and there's so much humor, and there's heart. It's just so many great things to it. I absolutely loved it. Like, I would highly recommend it. You know, even if you're not a Thor fan, I think you could really like this. I mean, even if you're not a Marvel fan, this could be one to jump in on. It's really good, and especially if you like comedies, I think you could really enjoy this. So if I had to rate it, again, I'm not sure. I have to see it again and see how it holds up. I'd probably give it like a 9.5 out of 10. So thanks for watching. Check out other replays around my head or subscribe to me over here. Thanks.